You're listening to Hot Success Secrets at HotSuccessSecrets.com with your hosts, Heather Vale Goss and Dr. Steve G. Jones.
I'm Heather Vale Goss.
And I'm Dr. Steve G. Jones.
And today we're talking about effective social media strategies.
All right. Let's get it dialed in. Let's do it the right way.
Dialed in, okay. Well, let's start with Facebook because Facebook is, of course, the most popular social media platform.
Currently, it is. It may not be that way tomorrow, but
yeah,
we don't know.
You never know. You never know. But there's no signs of it going away. People
True.
love Facebook. And, of course, there's a difference between having a profile and having a page, which used to be called a fan page. Now it's just called a page. Some people call it a like page. But if you have any kind of business, most people recommend that you have a page as well as your profile.
Absolutely. And I didn't have one until a few years ago when a friend of mine who I met in summer camp when I was, I think, 12, she found me on Facebook and started writing to me. She said, I just started a fan page for my mom and she has 1,000 fans. And I thought, fan page, what's that? I mean, my page was my fan page as far as I knew. And so I thought, I actually ignored her for like 6 months and I started it. And what I realized is on your regular page, you can only have 5,000 friends, which for a lot of people that would be a lot anyway, or more than enough. But Facebook wanted to not get it out of hand like MySpace. In MySpace, you could have countless friends. I still have, I think, 7,000 MySpace friends, even though I never go there anymore.
Yeah.
But there's no limit, so people are getting ridiculous amounts of friends. So on Facebook, you can only have 5,000 friends, but on your fan page, it's unlimited.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people who aren't really your friends, you really don't want them knowing your business anyway, can go on your fan page and see the things that you put out to the greater public.
Yeah. Now, of course, that has changed a little bit since then because now they allow you to have followers on your personal profile.
Right.
So the people that can't be your friends now become your followers.
They can get your update.
Yeah.
Yes. So I
anything that's shared publicly, they can get.
Okay.
But if you choose to share it only with friends, then anyone who's following you doesn't see it.
Okay. That's interesting. I didn't know that. So I have just under 5,000 friends. I always keep it below 5,000, otherwise it'll max out. Yeah. And then people who actually are my friends, they find me from high school.
Why
can't
add
I
them.
can't add you? Yes. I'm like, that's because I got 2,000 people I'd never heard of who are my friends.
You got to leave a buffer of a couple hundred because sometimes they won't let you add one even though it's under 5,000. It's not like 4,999, you can still add one more.
Yeah. I've even seen it go over 5,000, like 5,019 at one point.
Yeah.
So, but I keep it way down. If I look, sometimes I'll just do what I call a purge. I'll go in there, and if I don't know them and they don't know any of my friends, adios.
Yeah, if there's no friends in common and you have no clue who that person is.
Yeah, I'm sure they're a wonderful person, but my high school buddy wants to be my friend. He can't because this unknown person is my friend.
And also, if someone has a profile with no picture, for example, or no information, or you go there and the wall is just full of spam promoting something.
Yeah. You
don't need to keep those.
There are fake profiles out there.
That too,
in fact, my pictures, we're going to get into this now, but my pictures have been taken by a lot of different people or companies, I don't know what, and they make fake profiles out of them.
Using your picture.
Using my pictures. And I'm just one person. Mine get brought to my attention because my fans see them. They're like, hey, that's Steve G. Jones. And they report it to me and we get them shut down. But who knows how many people that's happening to who are not well known.
Yeah.
And there are just a lot of fake profiles out there. So anyway, social media becomes interesting. I'm sure Facebook does their best to police things, but hackers will always find a way.
Yeah.
And it's just a constant battle. But let's talk about some specific things. What do you do, Heather Vale Goss, that's effective in social media that drives traffic to a website where you can eventually monetize it?
Well, I find that the things that people are most interested in are the intensely personal stuff, for the most part. Either controversial or intensely personal.
Intensely personal? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so if you're vulnerable, if you open up about, hey, this story happened to me and this is how I overcame it and this is what I learned from it, people respond to that a lot more than just, here's an interview I did, here's an article I wrote. So I find that, at least with my crowd, it's good to share a personal story. It's good to get personal and say, look, I went through this, I was having trouble with this, and I figured this out. Or, even just the memes and the quotes that talk about overcoming challenges rather than just, ooh, everything's positive and happy-go-lucky.
which is my approach.
Yes. Now that you mention it, yes, that's your approach.
So you're saying that you're a deep person and you share that with other people online.
I tap into the yin and yang of life and overcoming struggles, because I find that not you, present company accepted, but a lot of people who put out just positive thinking type of stuff go way overboard to the point where it's like, okay, what are they denying? What are they hiding? It just comes across fake. So if you can share that, hey, you know, I've gone through struggles just like you, and here's how I overcame it, and maybe you can too, and approach inspiration from that way, that's what I find really works for me. And then with those stories, I often send people to my blog or another website where they can either sign up for my email list, or I might have banner ads there that they can buy something else, either one of my courses or something else I might be promoting.
Oh, there you go. So it monetizes it. So what I'm hearing is that you say things from the heart. I mean, you're not making up stuff. You're just saying things that are...
I find a lot of value in being authentic, because I remember about 5 years ago, 6, 7, 8 years ago, when I first started online, which was probably 9 years ago now, people were very much putting out these images, and you would only see one picture of this person all the time. It was their official promotional shot, and that's all you saw on all the websites. And you never really got to know who that person was behind the sales page, which they probably didn't even write in the first place.
Right.
So when social media came along, first MySpace and then Facebook, and Twitter too, of course, but to a lesser degree, what we found is that people are sharing more of themselves. They're like, okay, this is my business, this is my expertise, this is what I do in my business life. However, there's also my personal side. Here I am with my wife. Here I am watching my kids play. Here I am walking my dog. Whatever it happens to be. Yep. Sharing that personal aspect is like giving a glimpse into their personal life, giving a glimpse into their heart, and it's being more authentic. And so I think if you go back to that old school way of this is my image and that's all you're going to get, people see through that and they kind of think it's fake. Mm-hmm. So for me, that doesn't work at all.
I agree with that. Now, when I first started my office in Beverly Hills in the year 2000, the big way to advertise then was through flyers. You pass out flyers around town. The internet wasn't really fully engaged at that point in the year 2000. I was just getting a website, in fact, in the year 2000 because someone talked me into it. I had a building in the Roxbury Medical Building in Beverly Hills, 90210, and I thought, I'm on top of the world. Why do I need a website? Which now we know is ridiculous thinking because I wasn't able to sell any digital downloads, which I didn't even have at that point. I had to then create those. So I went to this seminar one time, and the guy handed out a brochure, which is like a 3-fold brochure that you'd see like in a pamphlet thing at a doctor's office for cholesterol or something. Uh-huh. And it was a personal brochure about a business, like an insurance agency. And he handed out and he said, "Here's what your brochure probably looks like." And it was a lot like mine, my Beverly Hills office brochure. It was just business. Here's what I do. Here are my credentials. Here's why I'm so cool. Here's why you should come to me. Yeah. Here's how much I know. And that kind of stuff. And then he handed out another one. He said, here's what your brochure should look like. And on one side it was business, and you open it up, and it's got the guy with his wife, and the guy with his dog, and the guy fishing. And even before social media, this person who's running the seminar was keenly aware that you need to show your personal side if you want people to get engaged with you and who you are.
Right. And with a caveat, we have mentioned this on another podcast, but there is a difference between your personal life and your private life.
Yeah, we don't want to see you at the party in Vegas at 3 a.m. when
naked.
You're naked. Yeah, we don't want to see that in a brochure or anywhere else.
Yeah.
Unless you're promoting, as we've said before, some kind of rock star image and then it might be appropriate.
Yeah, so you have to decide for yourself where your comfort zone ends, where that line is for you, where it becomes, oh, this is just too creepy to share.
Too creepy. Yeah. Hey, everybody's got something that they're doing that, and we're not saying it's illegal or anything like that. It's just stuff you share with your close friends, and then that's it.
Yeah.
So you have to draw the line, but letting people in to what you're doing is, and who you are, your soul, is really effective. And this is something that I learned very slowly over time. And Heather Vale Goss, you were a big inspiration for me, really pushing this
Yeah,
further.
I pushed the hell out of you, yeah.
Because you looked at my social media and you said, hey, Steve, it looks like you're promoting yourself as I'm Dr. Steve G. Jones, and you're not. I know everything, and you don't. And it was coming across as very pious, very high and mighty. And that was kind of the idea, not really, but I wanted to establish myself as, Dr. Steve G. Jones is the guy with the answers.
Right.
And he's not he's not necessarily your buddy. He's not even necessarily that fun. He's just the guy who has the answers.
He's not that fun. However, it's good to let people think that you are.
Yeah. And
I'm kidding. He is fun. And that was what was missing, is you had this image of being very stoic and yes, very professional, but at the same time, really just not very fun.
Right.
And it's like, but I see this other side of Steve, and he's a lot of fun. And I think people should see that, because that's going to be even more appealing.
Yeah, it's very helpful, and it allows you to relax a little bit more also, and you don't have to screen so much what you're putting up on social media. You realize that people do enjoy that. So I overreacted. I went to the extreme where I was, just keeping it a little too sterile, and I had to mix up the pot a little bit, get in, some fun stuff. But the overall idea is that when you do create your social media, and you are in charge of it, what you put out there is what you're creating, mix in a little bit of business and fun, but at the same time, always let them know that you are an expert in something.
Yeah. So how do you do that? How do you get people from either your Facebook profile or your fan page and get them to a website or somewhere else where they're going to spend money with you, maybe buy some hypnosis downloads?
Well, my way of doing that is I always have a link at the bottom of anything I post, whether it's a YouTube video or anything else. Even if it's just my link to my website, there's an email capture there. Okay. You get something free. Yeah. And it's legitimately a good value. It's free, and it is something you can use. But then they're on my email list, and then I can make them other offers, selling them other services and goods that I offer, mostly goods, digital downloads that I think are going to benefit them. And at any time, they could always opt out.
Yeah.
But everything I do has a link there where you can go further with our relationship, me and them. We can further our relationship. I can start emailing them every day, making them offers. And so that's what we do. And we're very adamant about that. If you're on my email list, you're going to hear from me a lot. I'll meet people who say, I've never met you before until now, but I get 3 emails a day from you because they're on 3 different email lists.
Right.
There's no gun to their head. They can opt out at any time.
Yeah.
But if you're going to engage with me, I'm really going to engage with you.
Yeah, and ultimately that's what social media is all about. It's about engagement on different levels. Not necessarily an email list. That's a good way to get people into your funnel. But it's also engagement on other people's posts, engagement on other people's pictures, liking things that people put out, commenting, sharing. So all of that creates engagement, and then people want to engage with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And there are services that do this kind of thing. I don't recommend them. I think every fake thing that people do is going to get shut down eventually.
Yeah.
People have fake this and fake that, and they put out all this stuff, and someone who barely speaks English sometimes is writing it and putting it out. I think that kind of nonsense isn't the kind of stuff that I'm in favor of, and I imagine you're not
me
either.
Neither. No.
Yeah, the real people of the world, the real experts, don't need to do that. The fans don't need that. What they need is authenticity, and for people to focus on creating products, things that will help people. That could be an entirely different topic. I mean, I see people creating products just to create products and just to make money. That's not a good goal.
No, you need to offer value to the universe, value to the people. That's the only way to get value back.
Yeah.
It's an exchange.
Right. So your social media strategies should not involve promotion of nonsense just to get money. That's not a sustainable model.
Social media, just like anything else, is also about value. Give some value, you get some value back.
There you go. I like it. And on that note, I think we've covered effective social media strategies.
Make sure you check us out at hotsuccesssecrets.com for some more. I'm Heather Vale-Goss.
And I'm Dr. Steve G. Jones. Take care.
Thank you for listening to Hot Success Secrets with Heather Vale-Goss and Dr. Steve G. Jones. For more free audios and videos, go to hotsuccesssecrets.com.